everyone, and welcome to the Deep Dive. Thinking about getting your first e-bike, especially with all the Black Friday deals coming up.
Yeah, Black Friday is a big one.
Well, stick with us, and we'll give you all the info you need to navigate all the sales and find the perfect e-bike for you. And we're going to be pulling some great insights from BK42 Cycles. They're a fantastic resource, especially if you're new to the e-bike world.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to help you cut through all the jargon and find the right bike for you.
All right. Why don't we jump right in? So first up, why is Black Friday the time to buy an e-bike?
Well, in a lot of places, the weather's getting colder. So it's the end of peak cycling season. So retailers are looking to clear out their inventory to get ready for the new models next year. And that means discounts, sometimes big ones.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got the end of season sales, and then Black Friday comes along with even more discounts on top.
Exactly. Double whammy.
Ooh, that's awesome. But actually, this is where those insights from BK42 Cycles really start to come in handy.
Yeah.
Because they warned about some of those super low prices. That seemed almost too good to be true. Especially for the powerful e-bikes.
Yeah.
You know, in that $600 to $700 range.
Right.
So why is that a red flag?
Well, it really comes down to quality and safety. If you think about it, a safe and reliable battery, which is like the heart of your e-bike, right?
Right, yeah.
They're made with high-quality parts, and those come at a cost. Same for the motor and other essential parts. BK42 Cycles really stresses that buying a quality e-bike is a long-term investment. You want something that will last, and that will keep you safe out there.
So it's not about just getting the cheapest deal, but it's about finding a bike that you can actually rely on.
Exactly. You're not just buying a bike, you're investing in a relationship. And you want it to last.
I love that analogy. Okay, so we're looking for quality over rock bottom prices.
Yeah.
But there are so many different types of e-bikes out there, so how do I even know where to start, to figure out which one's right for me?
This is a great question. And BK42 Cycles has a really helpful tip for this. They say to take a moment and picture yourself riding the e-bike. Where do you see yourself going? What kind of riding are you doing? Is it commuting to work, exploring trails, or just cruising around town?
Okay, so visualize my ideal e-bike adventure. I like that. But once I have that picture in mind,
Yeah.
what are the key things that I should be looking for in an e-bike?
Great question. Let's get into that. All right, so we're picturing that perfect e-bike ride. Now, how do we make that a reality? One of the first things BK42 Cycles talks about is battery range.
Okay, that makes sense. How far can you actually go on a single charge?
Yeah.
I don't want to get stuck halfway through my ride.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
don't want to be out there and run out of juice, and you also don't want to pay for a huge battery if you only need it for short trips. So think about your typical riding distance, and then add a little extra just in case.
Yeah, a little buffer.
Sure.
All right, so range is checked off the list.
Yeah.
Now, what about the motor? That's got to be a big one too, right? Especially if I'm thinking about hills.
Oh, absolutely. BK42 Cycles talks about all the different types of motors, like hub motors and mid-drive motors, and how they affect the riding experience. A hub motor is pretty simple and usually more affordable, but a mid-drive motor offers more torque, and it gives you more natural pedaling feel, especially going uphill.
Oh, so if I'm planning on, tackling some big hills,
Yeah.
then a mid-drive motor is probably the way to go.
Yeah, most likely.
But what if I'm sticking to, flat city streets?
A hub motor might be just fine then. Depends on your needs and how you like to ride.
Are there any other must-have features that I might be overlooking? As a first-time buyer, I mean...
Oh, yeah, for sure. Don't underestimate good brakes. You're going faster on an e-bike, so you need brakes that can handle the extra speed and weight. BK42 Cycles recommends hydraulic disc brakes. They have much better stopping power, and they're more reliable, especially if you're riding in hilly areas or in traffic.
Yeah, that makes sense. Safety first, always. But we can't forget about comfort, right? What good is an e-bike if it's not enjoyable to ride?
Totally. BK42 Cycles talks about finding a bike that really fits your body and riding style, so that includes things like the frame size, the seat height, even the handlebar position. You want to be comfortable and feel in control.
Okay, so we've got range, motor, brakes, comfort. I think we've got all the bases covered. But now comes the real challenge, navigating all the Black Friday craziness and making sure I get a good deal.
Don't worry, BK42 Cycles has got some great shopping strategies for that too.
Okay, awesome.
So let's jump into that.
Okay, let's talk Black Friday shopping strategies. What does BK42 Cycles recommend for navigating all the deals and not making any impulse buys?
Well, they really emphasize doing your research beforehand. Don't just wander into a store on Black Friday and get totally overwhelmed. You want to make a list of the e-bike models that you're interested in, based on your needs and budget, before you even go shopping.
So have a game plan? Okay. But how do I actually know if I'm getting a good deal or not? Should I be comparing prices at different stores?
Absolutely. Check online and in physical stores. You might be surprised by the differences.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to haggle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, especially on Black Friday. Retailers are usually more willing to negotiate.
Oh, wow. I never even thought about haggling for an e-bike. Okay, anything else I should keep in mind?
Well, BK42 Cycles says not to overlook refurbished models.
Oh, yeah.
They can be a great way to save some money, especially if you're a first-time buyer.
Right.
Just make sure that it comes with a decent warranty and that it's been properly inspected. It's like getting a gently used e-bike with a stamp of approval from the experts.
That's a good point. So you could get a really nice e-bike for even better price.
Yeah.
If you're open to buying refurbished. What about early bird deals? Is that something I should be watching out for?
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of retailers actually start their Black Friday sales before the actual day.
Oh, wow.
So, keep an eye on their websites and social media.
Okay.
You might even be able to get your e-bike before the crazy crowd.
So it pays to be an early bird. Okay, any other Black Friday wisdom from BK42 Cycles?
Yeah, they really emphasize reading reviews from other buyers. See what people are saying, what they love and didn't love about their e-bikes.
Right.
It's like getting a sneak peek before you actually commit.
Yeah, like real world experience. That would be super valuable.
Exactly.
Because it's easy to just get caught up in the specs. But those personal stories can really give you a better idea of what it's actually like to own and ride the bike.
Absolutely. Speaking of real-world riding, there's one more important thing we need to talk about. And BK42 Cycles has some great advice on this too. The legal side of e-biking.
Oh, right, the rules of the road.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get a ticket on their new e-bike.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And e-bike laws can actually be different depending on where you live.
Oh, wait.
Things like speed limits, motor power restrictions, even where you're allowed to ride can all vary.
So I definitely need to check the local regulations before I head out.
Absolutely. You can usually find this information online, like on your city or state government website, or you can reach out to your local bike shop.
Okay, great. Well, wow, this has been a super informative deep dive. I feel like we've learned so much from BK42 Cycles about how to find the perfect e-bike on Black Friday.
It's amazing how much there is to learn about e-bikes, especially for first-time buyers. It can be a little overwhelming at first, but with a little preparation and some savvy shopping strategies, you'll be on your way to finding the perfect e-bike for you.
Absolutely. So let's do a quick recap for our listeners. First up, Black Friday is an awesome time to find some great deals on e-bikes. But remember, prioritize quality and safety over the lowest price.
That's right. Invest in a reputable brand that offers good warranties and support. You want a bike that's going to last, and that's going to keep you safe on the road.
And we also talked about visualizing your ideal e-bike adventure. Thinking about things like battery range, motor power, brakes, and overall comfort.
Yeah, and don't forget, do your research, compare prices, and check out early bird deals and refurbished models.
And reading those reviews from other buyers can be super helpful. And of course, before you hit the road, make sure you check those local e-bike regulations.
So yeah, with a little planning and some excitement, you'll be ready to tackle Black Friday and start your e-bike adventures.
For sure. And be sure to check out the show notes for links to BK42 Cycles and other helpful resources. Thanks for joining us for this e-bike deep dive. We'll see you next time.
Sure.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the BK42 Bike Talks podcast. Let us know your thoughts on this format and stay tuned. New and exciting episodes drop every week just for you.
Said you wanna play your game. You tell me in, I said I'll pick it up, it's all the same. But don't follow all the rules. I know you don't, you change day by day. Hardly seems that fair. How can anybody understand? How can anybody win? 8 points later, I thought it was about time we hit the finish line. 8 points later, I wasn't winning at all, I was just further behind. played your hand, that showed my cards. I took my talks right from your heart. I laid them down before your eyes. Game over, blow the whistle, we're out of time. Come on, baby, it's your turn, a time to play. What are you scared of? Why do you keep running away? Come on, just show your hand. Do you even want to play? It was your idea. You hardly seem to care. Why do you expect me to want to stay? How can anybody win? 8 points later, I thought it was about time we hit the finish line. 8 points later, I wasn't winning at all, I was just further behind. You played your hand, that showed my cards. I took my talks right from your heart. I laid them down before your eyes. Game over, blow the whistle, we're out of time. You're just using me for fun, to take the win, and then we're done. I thought I meant a little more. Don't wanna play no more. Come on, boy, tag me out. 8 points later. 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 I thought it was about time we hit the finish line. 8 points later. I wasn't